Most of us in the osteopathic profession have come across the name of John Wernham at some time in our careers. A man of many and varied talents, teacher, publisher, photographer, and eminent clinician. This film is dedicated to the man and his works. According to his biography, he was born on Thursday, the 2nd of May 1907 at 4 in the morning, and he spent the early part of his life in London. When he was still a young boy, his family moved to Essex, and he spent his early schooling in the company of the children of John Martin Littlejohn, and at an early age was introduced to this great man, who not only founded the British School of Osteopathy, but was instrumental in the founding of the Chicago College. Wernham's natural inclination was towards literary arts, in particular journalism and photography. To this end, he engaged in a course of study in Fleet Street. He seemed quite content in this career until one day Littlejohn asked him if he had ever considered studying osteopathy. There it was, a simple question and a change of career. However, his artistic and photographic talents were not completely neglected. Many of his documentary films made while a member of the Army Film Unit during World War II are in the National War Museum, and his early osteopathic films are archived in the National Film Museum. To him we owe the delight of being able to watch osteopaths train directly under Littlejohn in a film made in 1937, and the pure artistry of watching Thomas Edward Hall at work. Hall was a master of osteopathic technique, and it took all the cinematographic genius of Wernham to capture this artistry on film. Together with his photographic and cinematographic skills, he brought his journalistic expertise into the osteopathic field, and has been responsible for keeping alive the writings of John Martin Littlejohn, for producing the much sought-after yearbooks of the Institute of Classical Osteopathy, and many books on osteopathic technique, principles and philosophy based on the works of Littlejohn. Of his many talents, perhaps it is as a teacher and clinician that his true genius lies. A master of the technique and practice of osteopathy, what he taught in the classroom he demonstrated in person in the clinic. It is surely here that his greatest contribution to the field of osteopathy lies. No tribute to Mr. Wernham would be complete without noting his dedication to osteopathic principles and philosophy, and to his beloved Institute of Classical Osteopathy. Of Classical Osteopathy. This change of name was to indicate that the institute in particular was sticking to its roots, to the roots of osteopathy as taught by Andrew Taylor Still, John Martin Littlejohn, and other pioneers in the field. By 1992, when the name was changed to the Institute of Classical Osteopathy, Mr. Wernham had dedicated more than 40 years of his life to this endeavour. At the annual dinner to celebrate this event, Mr. Wernham had this to say.
It would be difficult, I think, to envisage any profession in the art of healing that has suffered the trials of ill fortune more than has been the case with osteopathy. The three-pronged attack, consisting of political pressure, professional disapproval, and the breakdown of confidence within the ranks of osteopathic practitioners has wrought havoc to such an extent that the special place we once held in alternative medicine is almost extinguished. It was in this unlikely soil that the seeds of classical osteopathy were sown. If we allow expediency to overrule conscience, then we cannot remain faithful to our classical teaching, and that is what we're here for, root and branch. Therefore, we have no alternative but to stand fast and look to the future with undiminished hope. In fact, there is more than a gleam of hope that our voice is being heard in the land. Patients from other disciplines arrive for treatment and to drink of the waters, so to say. And although unwilling, with one or two exceptions, to share with us anything approaching total conviction, there are small signs that our crusade is not lost. But perhaps the real miracle is to be found in the resuscitation of the Institute. We've already heard something of its history. It was founded by the late T.E. Hall, whose idea it was in the first place, founded by Hall and myself, and it became known as the Institute of Applied Technique. Then the name was changed to Applied Osteopathy, and now to Classical Osteopathy. And I have a conviction that this new name is here to stay. And in due time, practitioners will be seeking the honor of membership.
So then let us watch and listen to John Wernham talking about demonstrating, cajoling, even bullying his students in the art of pelvic technique, cervical technique, the principles of body adjustment, and some miscellaneous gems that defy classification. And let us briefly note the contribution of his dearly beloved wife, who died in 1993 during the making of this film, without whose support he could not have shouldered the responsibility of keeping the osteopathic flame burning.